Okay, cool.
Welcome to the 55th session of the IQs.
All right.
Tonight is called How to Get Your Body to Give More.
Ooh, it's deep, it's powerful, but it's really cool.
And probably not what you're thinking. Ooh, the plot thickens. But you're here and you're here now and you may as well hang around because it's really important stuff.
It really is. And so we're going to mislead you into what we're doing tonight, because we're going to actually talk about the body's need to process the 6 human needs and
the body's needs. So
your personal need to process.
Yeah. So there's things called. I'm gonna restructure what you just said. Then it's called. We're going to talk about the 6 human needs. Now these are not the 6 human wants. These are the 6 human needs, and every person has these needs, but we value them in different levels of priorities in different orders. So there's 6. 4 are of the body, 2 are of the spirit. All right. You've got the human need of certainty. Every human needs some form of certainty. Now, for example, I value certainty more than Matt values certainty. On the flip side of that, there's also another need is uncertainty. We have love and connection. We have growth, contribution, and the 6th one.
You say significance?
No, significance. There we go. So growth and contribution are the 2 of the spirit, and the other 4 are all of the physical need.
Easy. And so we're going to get into those, and we're going to give you a bit of a brief understanding of what they all are, pretty much. I'm going to start with certainty. It's not one I value highly, so it's quite a funny one for me to go on. But basically, if this is one of your top needs, you have the need to feel safe and you have the need to feel secure about your future. So it's a real big priority for you to know that those things are aligned. And basically, in order to live this full life of certainty, your life has to stay the same all the time. So this
is an extreme version.
Yeah, but that's a near impossible task for someone who really values certainty. And some people do. They just seek it. They hate change. They don't like disruption in their life. It just really interrupts their life. And so what happens is when those things change and they can't have that certainty in their life, it leads to behaviors, which is quite often outbreaks, or they might get angry, depression kicks in, all that sort of stuff there. So these sorts of things come in when these alignment of these needs don't line up. So basically, if you can't have someone who values certainty, if you can't literally have that alignment, you tend to typically artificially create a safe environment of certainty that you can have, so that you can ensure that you have certainty. And I've got here, you find ways of positively motivating yourself, and you deliver the same or better, so that you can receive that recognition of doing something good. And that gives you certainty by doing the same thing every time, for getting that beautiful recognition of that was great. You will deliver that same thing every time, at risk of not getting that recognition and not having that certainty that someone on the other side of you likes or appreciates what you've done. And you'll do anything doing this, you'll avoid pain, but you'll also gain pleasure by doing that, by creating an artificial safety net is the best way to put that, of creating a certain environment for you to have. So we're painting an extreme picture, but certainty is for those people who just hate change. They love the same routine and like being recognized for doing something that they do really well. Anything you want to add on that, Sheridan?
Yeah, that kind of bleeds into significance a little bit, that example. But certainty, people that value certainty highly typically aren't entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs there's a lot of uncertainty. They probably prefer to have a really safe job, and that's really important to them, so they know how much money they've got coming in each week, and that gives them comfort knowing having this certainty. So you can get certainty in heaps of different ways. Certainty can also lead to addictions as well, because you know what you're going to get and chasing a certain feeling as well, and being addicted to that too.
Yep. And speaking of addictions, when 3 of these human needs, when you perform an action or do a task or something like that, when 3 of these needs line up and meet when you do that thing, that creates an addiction. That's how people get into alcohol. That's how people get into drugs and that sort of thing, because these needs align and they realize that this feels great because of that that alignment of these needs.
Because you think about something like cigarette smoking, like I've never heard someone say, oh my God, cigarettes are delicious and I can't wait to have one. That's not the reason why they smoke. They smoke because it hits 3 of the 6 human needs. You've got the certainty of knowing exactly what you're going to get every time. You've got the certainty of it changing your physical stature, because part of smoking is breath. We've spoken about how breath and your physical stature can help change and lead you to a different mood.
Yep, you get significance in smoking, because back when smoking first came out, it was cool to smoke. That was how they promoted it. It was cool if you weren't smoking, you weren't cool.
But now it gives you an identity. I'm a smoker. I smoke, or I need to go out and have a cigarette.
You get love and connection with someone else who's smoking. So you got 3 things that line up. It's hard to get rid of. Boom. It's that simple. 3 needs, you have an addiction that can come from it. If you line 4 or 5 or 6 of those needs up, you're all in, baby. It's game on.
All in. Cool. That's certainty.
Certainty. Second one is uncertainty. So the complete opposite of it, obviously. And this person is someone who likes variety. They can often take variety to an extreme. So you can, they get a need to seek adrenaline to get a bit of a jolt. So they take unnecessary risks to them get that jolt of adrenaline. So again, not thinking of consequences, more so living on a whim, going on the cusp. They are happy to have change. They don't mind it at all. They actually thrive for it. They're unafraid to take the risks, and they're not afraid to avoid people and new situations. They thrive on it. They love it. Anything else?
The certainty life would bore them. They're kind of like, in the extreme version, they're like edgy, and they need like something new and something shiny. They might have a shopping addiction or something like that, and could quite possibly turn to drugs, that kind of thing. Again, this is all the extreme version. So for example, I value certainty highly, Matt values variety highly. Neither one of us smoke or do drugs. Just to put that out there.
And people that value uncertainty, they quite often they'll change jobs a lot of the time because they just get bored.
They need change. They value it so highly, like they need it.
Maybe they're in constant relationships with people, like those sorts of that. Someone who values certainty. So understanding that they value it is a good step.
They're people that don't like to make plans, but they love to have like full weekends, for example. And they'll hop in the car and just go, things like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that's number 2. Number 3 is significance.
Bum, 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 bum. Now, this one here is the need for recognition. You need to be acknowledged for what you're doing. That's significant. So you have a desire to be seen, heard, or listened. In short, you just want to be noticed. That's something you value. So you want to not go under the radar. You don't want to be hidden. You want to be acknowledged for when you do something great, that it was something great, and be rewarded for it.
Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you want fame and the limelight and stuff like that. It can be as literal as, the significance from the love of your partner as well. So we're giving you the grand scale, but there's so many different variations of this too.
And you can measure significance by what makes you different to your environment. So that's how you can have significance. So you might be the only business owner in your friendship circle. That makes you different. That gives you significance. That might be as simple as it is for you to tick that box.
People that for significance, they could have like crazy hair or something like that. They're seeking it in external ways and in extreme ways. So if someone's got multicolored hair, they're chasing that significance. But they also could be chasing fame and fortune and that kind of thing, and getting significance through that.
And it's the reason they seek significance really is because it's a measurable thing. You can tell if you've achieved it or you haven't achieved it. That's the beautiful thing about significance, is it is acknowledged whether you've done it or not. It's pretty simple to know if you've received significance or not. But there's also not a positive way. That's more of a positive way of receiving it, seeking it out. And that's when people turn to alcohol, because you can still get significance by drinking, because in drinking you can feel significant because you're having a drink, but you can also engage in arguments to win an argument because you're drunk and all that sort of thing there. So these are positive ways which you can still seek significance. It's not a healthy way to do it. And other people will tend to hang out with less in their eyes, less important people to make themselves feel significant. So they will sacrifice being the big fish in the small pond versus being the little fish in a big pond where they won't receive the significance. So they actually lower their standards to hang out with people who they don't really want to, but they feel good about themselves by hanging around those people.
It's good.
Good one.
That's good. Number 4 is the human need of love and connection. So these first 4 that we've mentioned: certainty, uncertainty or variety, significance, and love and connection. These are the 4 human needs of the physical body, of us physically. So love and connection. Now it's called love and connection because quite often we can seek things to have the connection and not without necessarily the love as well. So that's why it's the 2 combined.
And you would have seen people like this, and they're constantly seeking close relationships with people. They care about other people so much, and they just love people in general. And you'll just know those type of people. That's someone who seeks love and connection. They just want people to love them, and they want to love people. They get that love is great, and they want people to experience it too. So they live this high value of love and connection, which is really cool. But on the flip side of that, by doing that, they can often sacrifice their own self-care to please other people and to please a relationship, to keep the relationship happy. They'll sacrifice their own health and well-being to provide that love and connection for someone else.
So in an unhealthy way, someone who values love and connection very, very highly, in a very unhealthy way, they could seek the profession of what's that profession called? Red light, kind of thing.
Oh, like sex profession.
Yes. Selling your body for sex.
Escort. Red light.
Red light district. I don't even know what it's called. Why do I like it?
Why are you going that way?
But that's someone who can chase a love and connection because they can get that without, easily, without having to kind of put themselves out there as well. So that's a very extreme unhealthy way. You can also have someone that stays in a really unhealthy relationship because they have such a high need for love and connection that it's there. And they can get it rather than trying to get a better form of it. They can still get love and connection through this unhealthy relationship rather than breaking out and possibly being without for quite some time. And these are needs, remember, these aren't wants. Now, however we paint the picture of these 4 needs, we all have them and we all value them differently. There's not one that's better than the other. It's just, it helps you explain the way we tick and how we are different from one person to the next. For example, my top 2, or they definitely used to be, I haven't really revisited this.
They're different now.
They're very different. They used to be for me significance and certainty. They were my top 2.
It was almost like an oxymoron if you value those 2.
And then Matt's 2 were uncertainty and growth. So very, very different. Whereas but you can change and you have the ability to choose who you want to be and how you want them to be as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's love and connection.
Yeah, so love and connection, those top 4, like Sheridan said, of the body. The next part is when you talk spiritually from a different point of view. Now, growth is that next one. Growth is the constant need to learn, to be better, to strive to do stuff. These people will be more likely to change jobs because they feel like they've mastered the job and they get bored and then they want change. So they'll go find something else that challenges them, and so they can grow again and they can do that. They quite often will have an entrepreneurial side to them. They'll seek the form to grow something bigger than they are. What else is on that one? A good one here. I've just written this down here. There's a need for perfection. Often there's a need for perfection, and there's neglect of rest and relaxation for themselves. Yes. They'll just go because they've got this thing in their head that they want to grow and do, and they'll sacrifice themselves to make that happen for their brain and their need that they're trying to achieve here. And in that moment, quite often they have to really be careful and cautious to manage their stress levels, because if they don't, they'll just burn out and crash doing something that they really value, which is the scary part. So, and
remember, all of these examples, these are the extreme examples, but they're also the examples of people who value these as their top human need.
Yeah.
Again, we all value them differently, and they're all there. We all value them, but these are just the people that value them as their top priority and extreme versions.
And they're not locked in permanently, like Sheridan said. When we first got together, that's how she had them, I have mine a certain way. And then if we went back and analyzed, we're probably both very different now, which is really cool, probably a bit more aligned with our direction of where we're going, which is great. But back then we were different people, we had different things. So they're not locked in, loaded, that's all you have for the rest of your life. It's just in that time of your life, that's how you seem to be prioritizing things, which explains a lot of things when you're frustrated, you're angry, or you do silly things, or you make bad decisions, bad choices, because those needs aren't being met. So you lash out in other ways, which explains a lot of things. So those are the first 5. Sheridan's going to go through the last one. I've just got to whip out real quickly. So I'll leave that to you, Sheridan.
Not real quickly. He's leaving. He's not coming back. All right. I'm in the hot seat. Look out. All right. Let's change this up a little bit. Sheridan Show. All right. The 6th and final one that we're going to be chatting about today is the human need of contribution. So this is one of the needs of the spirit. We all need to contribute to our society, to our family, in some different levels. You've got someone that, values that really highly and it's evident in their job. I would say someone like Jackie, who's online with us tonight, I reckon one of her higher ones is contribution because of the job that she does, and it's giving to people, and it's, that kind of thing. So, contribution, they say the secret to living is giving, and this is where this comes in. Now, the reason why we entitled tonight is how to get your body to give more is because we really wanted to focus on contribution. Contribution, it helps give us a sense purpose. It helps give us, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Give us purpose, and through purpose, we can get fulfillment when we contribute. So contributing through giving, through not just like physically, but through to a cause, to giving our energy, giving our support, whatever it may be. And this ties in perfectly with, something that FBFM is really passionate about, and we're really passionate about making sure that we give. Again, because it helps with fulfillment. If people are lacking in fulfillment, they're quite often very within themselves. And quite often to get someone, to help someone achieve fulfillment when, they're unhappy with life or whatever it is, quite often what's missing is fulfillment. And that's because they're not giving, they're not contributing to their society, they're not contributing to their family. And we need to kind of project out rather than in. And that's the difference of the two spirit needs, growth and contribution, is it's more about the outside. It's not about the self, it's about projecting out. So contribution for us is super, super important, which is why we do things like fundraisers. Here's my segue, and things like picnic at the gym. So next, not this coming Sunday, but the following, we're doing picnic in the gym, which is a fundraiser, which is 100% will help tick off that contribution need, because we're raising funds for MSA research. Our beautiful member, David Grant, he is such a beautiful man. He's only mid-60s. He's very, very young. Incredible dentist, has done some incredible things throughout his time. He's a dad, a father, and a great man. And he's been slapped with this god-awful disease, MSA, multiple systems atrophy. What happens with this disease, it's a neurological disease where literally his systems just start shutting down. And it's all the involuntary systems. It's the systems like breathing. It's the systems like, his bladder's going, his organs are literally all shutting down. His balance is gone. He looks like he's a stroke victim, crossed with Parkinson's victim. His speech is slurred and slowed and all these kind of things. So there's a lot of challenges here. And the sad thing about all of this is that there's no cure for this. And there's only one research centre in Australia for this, and this is through the New South Wales University. There's some developments in America with some potential medicines that can maybe delay, postpone, or prolong the advancement of this disease, because there's no set time. It's kind of like a 5 to 10 year lifespan once you're diagnosed with it. And there's developments in America, but where they're not approved here yet in Australia, and they won't even let someone like David try it, even though he's on a one-way ticket to death, but they won't let him try it because it could kill him. Like, go figure, it's just crazy. So as part of FBFM's mission, we're all about giving, and again, because that helps with fulfillment as well. And we really wanted to give everyone else an opportunity to give as well. And a perfect way to do that is next Sunday with the picnic at the gym. If you can't attend in person, it's 2 till 5. Tickets are only $20. And again, all proceeds are going to the research of this stupid, awful, horrible disease. But we also have some incredible raffle prizes. Raffle tickets are only $10. You can purchase them online or at the studio. We've got massage vouchers, we've got dinner vouchers, we've got tattoo vouchers for eyebrows and lips, which I'm proudly repping tonight. Eyelash extensions, there's car services, there's oh my God, there's so many things. There's a dentistry package, there's teeth whitening, there's a checkup, there's a scale and clean. Like, we've got some incredible prizes. Oh, I've actually got the list here. What am I doing? Trying to remember what we're doing. Massages. We've got dinner vouchers to the Whiny Cow, to Sunlight Restaurant in Mordialloc. We've got haircuts, cut and color, cut and style, babysitting, motorcycle services, massages. We've got makeup application. We've got a tarot reading. We've got an alcohol package, and we've got car services. Plus, we're also going to be doing a live auction as well for a custom-made coffee table by the wonderful Wadham. We call him Wadham, but his name's Adam Thorne. And he actually made our coffee table. He made our reception desk at the studio. But I have boycotted this IQ session to talk about that, because it's really important to know that the secret to living is giving. And this is a really, really special way that we can all rally together and give to one of our own too, which is even more special. Again, coming back to the 6 human needs, they're a need, they're not a want. They're 100% in there. You might not value one very highly, but it's there. And if you sit down and really think about what you actually do value and which one is a priority and what order you kind of value them in, you also can change that order as well. Like I said, when Matt and I first met, I valued really highly certainty and significance. And just off the cuff, without having really gone into it, I would probably say my top 2 are more so love and connection and contribution. They're probably more of my high ones. Certainty is 100% still up there for sure, but I just don't think it's as priority as what it used to be, that's for sure. But the secret to changing your life is through these 6 human needs. But you have the ability to change it. How you do it? First of all, you need to sit down and find out where you currently are. Then find out, who do you want to be? Not what do you think would be cool, like, I really want to value uncertainty and growth because that's what an entrepreneur does. It's not necessarily in that. Like, go back to what do you value? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be in 5-10 years? And work back from that. And what does the person you want to be look like? And what would that kind of person value most? And then how do you implement that? First, you have to make the decision to implement it and just change. But knowing these 6 human needs are super, super important. I really don't think I have much more to go off on that. If you do want to dive deeper into it, a guru at this stuff is Tony Robbins. I grew up very fortunately on Tony Robbins stuff, brainwashed, in fact, to start with. Used to hate it, now I love it. And he's really the master at understanding it, why we do the things that we do, why we need the things we need, etc. But you have the power to change this, just like you have the power to change any part of your life. We are here where we are right now because of all the choices we've made at this point to get us to here. And if we want a different future, a different projection, we can change that. But remember, the secret to living is giving, and a way we can tick off that contribution first is by picnic at the gym. There is a link online. You can purchase raffle tickets. There is a link online. You can purchase your ticket to the event. Bring a picnic rug, bring a cheese platter, bring your alcohol, whatever it is that you want to do. Come and hang out and listen to some incredible music. I will be getting up and singing a couple of songs as well, getting the good old guitar out. It's just here and it's got some dust on it, but it's ready to be dusted off and dust off the vocal cords. And we have some brilliant musicians that are donating their time. Again, all proceeds are going forward to the New South Wales University, who do research for MSA. If you want any more information, we would also love your help to sell tickets, to sell raffle tickets, all of that. The beautiful Gabby Hurst has donated 4 one-hour massages to be raffled off. The way we're doing the raffle is the first number picked out will get to choose from all of the prizes what they want first. And then it will go along that and we'll just keep picking out. So you're not necessarily buying a raffle ticket to enter into the massage or whatever it might be. It's just one raffle pool. Plus we'll have a live auction on the Sunday as well for the coffee table. And he's a very talented craftsman as well when it comes to coffee tables too. But I think that's all I've got. Anything you would like to add, Matt? Mad. No? Cool. Well, you beautiful people, I've come in under 30 minutes. I'm very proud of myself there. And I've rambled a lot too. Go me. But thank you as always for investing into you. Hopefully learning the 6 human needs explains a little bit for yourself and the people you love and know dearly, but also getting you guys ready for the picnic at the gym. Any questions, please let me know, but we would love your help and support to make that a real success. I think for the bushfire appeal, we raised about $7,000 or something like that. So we would love to do that again. We would love to beat that. I'd love to double that. But we need your help. We can't do it alone. So please help us. And it doesn't just have to come from your pocket. Please share the stuff on Facebook.
We take all pockets.
We will take all pockets, Matt said. We don't discriminate. Yeah. All right, you beautiful people. Have a sensational Thursday evening. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again, investing in you, spending time with us. Remember, the secret to living is giving. You guys rock. Have a sensational Thursday. See you real soon. Bye, beautiful people.